So, I found a lot of people who joined, like, they get kind of lost in this, which is fair enough, because this game definitely does not... Whoops. See, I even stuffed that up. But, this game does not hold your hand at all. And, it can get confusing, so here's my guide. I'm making a guide. I'm going to help you from level 1 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, and then 15 to 30, and then 30 plus, and just how you can get into the game to actually enjoy it, because early on it can be really frustrating when you don't actually know how it's working. But here's the guide. I'll show you. So, first of all, create character. Obviously, right? Okay, so choosing my class. There is a bunch of classes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? I'm going to show you all of them. So Berserker. Berserker gives you 25% more damage, but you also take 20% 5 more damage, so it's not entirely worth it at times, but it can also be pretty damn good. It's Unfocused Mind. You learn slower. You gain XP 15% slower, which isn't a massive problem, but it does mean you'll get levels. You'll gain... your stats will go up slower, which is a bit of a problem. But the ultimate is for 1 AR damage output scales inversely with missing health. So the less health you have, the more damage you do, which can be pretty good. Shield Maiden. She's pretty good. Natively, she absorbs blows, taking 25% less damage from all monster sources. Did I say 25? 20% less damage. But obviously moving is harder, so your hunger ticks faster, which your hunger already ticks pretty quick, so it's a bit of a problem. But the ultimate, you get 50% damage reduction, and 50% of the incoming damage is reflected back. So 25% of their attack will hit them, and you only take 50% of the damage, which is just... it's pretty insane, right? But you can't really Dark Path much with the Shield Maiden. Druid, I can't show you because you need premium to get that. A Jarl. Jarls are pretty cool. You receive 1.3 times more gold from all wilderness spores and plundered chests. But due to pampered upbringing, you have a lower strength and defense. So, you know, it's problematic. But more gold is useful, but I don't have much value on gold in this game outside of the fact that it means you can keep traveling. But yeah, well, the ultimate is actually kind of cool. You get 1% more damage for every 1,000 gold you hold. Up to 40% more damage, which is pretty cool, but it's not my cup of tea. The Seer, I actually really like the Seer. I think it's really cool. You get a permanent 10% bonus to hit chances and tactical escape chances. The weight of Cosmic Vintage strains the physical shell. Maximum HP pool is permanently reduced by 15%. Then for the ultimate, for 1 hour, you gain 100% first strike dodge plus 20% passive evasion, and you get better equipment drops, which is kind of amazing. Einhar, which is actually probably one of my favorites. You get complete immunity to conditions, but you're constantly harrowed, which is a problem, and you get less gold. But again, gold isn't a massive problem, but you know, the hunger ticking 25% slower is actually really cool. It means you can do Dark Path more often. Then plus ultimate, for 1 hour you get 50% damage reduction, 25% life drain, and a baseline gold penalty of 0%, so you get maximum amount of gold you can get, so you can just travel forever essentially, right? Now Scald, which is essentially a bard, you could say. You earn more experience across all combats, and the problem is chanting battle songs drains energy and causes a 5% hunger penalty if tactical escape fails. Right, but if you're not trying to escape, you're fine. Then for 1 hour, oh, the ultimate, you get 25% boost to all stats and a 30% XP. Wow, that's new to me. I haven't seen this before, so this actually, that's actually really cool. Then there's the Valkyrie. So, one of her passives, it's not actually that good. It sounds good, but it's not great. You get 1 Valkyrie lifeline, so when you die, you come back to life without any losses, which can be a good thing, but sometimes it's not great. But this Fleet Wings is actually much better. Inherently fleet-footed, possessing high agility potential and a passive 5% evasion boost in combat, which is really good. The downsides as well, beasts are deeply unnerved by your presence, and companion encounter rates are dropped by 50%. Not a huge problem, but still just makes it harder to find companions, especially if you want a legendary one. Means finding a legendary companion is going to be really difficult. Class Ultimate. For 1 hour, you gain 30% damage boost and up to 4 Celestial Rebirths. Auto revive to 50% upon taking Fatal Strike. So essentially, you can just run through. You have 4 lives to get as much damage done, really. Then the last one. This is my main accounts one, which I love. Wildborn. So you're born with the wolves, obviously. You regenerate 2% HP every 2 to 5 exploration steps. Commands a 15% increased success rate on raids, even though I find it doesn't work as well as I'd like. Your gather times are lowered by 10%, which is actually really good. The problem is you cannot visit the town, so you can't go to the shop, you can't spend your gold, you're essentially screwed in that way. The ultimate power is amazing, except if you've watched my other videos, you know, you get frostbite, you're kind of screwed for 5 minutes, so it's not as good as it sounds. It's still really good, but it's not as good as you'd like it to be. So for this, it's actually kind of hard. I'm thinking, you know what, we're going Shield Maiden. What you do is, once you choose, you can re-roll your stats. So here I've got 14 defense, 10 strength, 7 agility. I would rather have, that's a lot better, 17 defense, 11 strength, 8 agility. So choose name, Vespera Ashwalker. That is the name we are picking. Begin adventure. The guide from level 1 to level 5 is make sure you look at your stats, right? You need to look at your stats. You have Vitality, which is obviously your health. Starvation, which is how much longer you can go before you starve, and your Gold Hoard. So your Starvation goes up every time you take a step. Every time you do a task, anytime you do anything. Starvation goes up. Vitality, after a battle, stays the same. You need to heal yourself either through camping and resting, or going to the healer, which costs gold. Your gold goes up and down, but don't think about your gold much. It's not super important. It's just your gold. You spend gold whenever you explore wilderness, and you spend gold at the shop. So you want to make sure you have gold to spend before exploring. Valkyrie Lifelines is just your extra lives. And before level 5, you can't actually go a lower level. You're kind of stuck it. So if I'm level 1 and I died right now, I'd stay here. Then you look at your strength, which is damage you do, damage you defend, and your ability to dodge attacks. Then your weapons, armor, shield, boots, ring, necklace, right? These things are the first things you want to deal with when you start a character, because these suck, right? So if I immediately go shop, all of them are essentially better than what I have, right? I wouldn't recommend buying them though, because there's no point. But what I would recommend is straight away cooldowns. You want to see everything here, so start from the top and go down. So gods, pray to gods. The god restored my HP, doesn't matter, I was on full HP. Odin's roll, which is right next. I got 5 gold. Rune roll, which is a weekly thing, it's right here. I got 72. Tavern rations, which I don't need right now because I'm not hungry at all. Short rests, feast, both of those mean nothing right now as I'm full HP and I'm not starving. But here, fishing. So press fish, Bang, you've put the thing, wait 15 minutes and come back. Okay, you can find items with fishing, and you can also get rid of your starvation with fishing. Mine. Bang, I just got stuff. I got a stone that I can use in runecraft. But you don't have to keep scrolling up, you can just do cooldowns. Cooldowns, bang. Rune carving is the next one, so let's do it. Rune carve. So I'll come back in 15 minutes for that. Next, Timberfell. So Timberfell. I got nothing, lost 10% of my HP, which is a problem, right? But we'll come back to that again later. So workshop is cold, doesn't matter. Dwarven Forge, forget about that for now. You can't do it, you don't have the money. But Herbcraft, let's do that. Herbcraft. Bang, come back in an hour, brew times in an hour. Then falconry. Bang, 4 hours until a raptor comes. Cooldowns. So I can't quarry because I don't have a bird, and long ships. So let's go scout. If it wants to work. Didn't want to work because I can't scout because I haven't launched yet. Launch. Bang. You go to cooldowns, you look at what you have. These are all the things you have. Okay, I can use my ultimate, I can get tavern rations, short campfire. Go saga, and you see your stats. So I'm actually low on vitality, but I'll forget about it for now. So here's where we go. I've got 14 strength, 21 defense, and 10 agility. Remember that, right? Always remember that. Do not forget that. You have two options, clear path, dark path. Dark path is harder, so do not do that. Just stay away from dark path. You get better items, but at this point, there's no point. Just clear path. Oh, I got frostbite. Immediately got frostbite. Okay, let's look at this enemy, right? So my strength is 14, so I've got more strength than it has defense. My defense is 21, so I can defend better against its agility, against its attack. My agility is 10, it's 8. I can beat it, right? I got better stats. So face and combat. 8. See, I'm doing 8 damage with each hit. He's doing 3 damage with each hit. So I'm clearly going to win this, right? Yes, obviously. Bang. I got 206 experience, which means I've now leveled up. So let's go Saga. Bang. I'm level 2. And if you've noticed, my defense has gone up by 3, my strength has gone up by 3, and my agility has gone up by 2. Right? And that's going to happen every time you level up. Even when you lose levels, it doesn't reset. So just don't stress. However, I have been frostbitten. I want to get rid of that. How do you get rid of that? Camping and resting. So if we go short rest, this guy will turn up. You have to pay 25% of your gold, which for me is 25 gold. And now I'm back at full HP with no frostbite. So let's keep going. Clear path. See, I'm very clearly above this guy in every way. My strength is higher than his defense. My defense is higher than his attack. And my agility is higher than his. And I've got more HP. We've now got... That was an accident. So we've now got items. So you go to loot. This ring we have, it gives me 5 gold, but it only gives me 3 HP. And see this? Arrow down, it means it's worse. So there's no point in equipping it. But I highly recommend not selling it straight away. Do not sell your stuff until you're either full or you need to get rid of it. Here, let's look at this. This guy has more HP than me. I've got more strength that has defense. It has more attack than I have defense, and it has better agility. Do not fight it. Distract with rations. Just trust. You will lose that every single day of the week. Bang, we won. But we lost a lot of HP. We almost died. And we got an item. Look, it's a shield. So how you equip it is you go / equip to bang. Now if I go to Saga, my defense is now 27 because of that shield. Because of that shield, which is better by a long shot than this one. It gives me 3 more defense than this shield did. So you want to focus on doing things like that. Let's look at this. My vitality is low, so I need to heal. And how I know what to do is go cooldowns. I can feast. So let's go camp and rest. Feast. Bang. What did I get? my hunger dropped by 25%, which is good, and my vitality was restored to 145, which is exactly what we want. So let's keep going. There we go. So I've got more strength, I've got way more agility, and it can do damage to me, but not a lot. I've also got more HP than it does, so even if it were even, I'd be winning. And again, because my agility is so much higher than its agility, it might not even hit. Oh, it hit me once. Hit me once for 6 damage. Oh, perfect. See, we got an item, and it's epic, which means it's gonna do a lot for me. 14 agility. Equip. 3. Bang. Let's go Saga. My agility is now 26. I've got 20, 30, 26 because I'm now level 3. Right, so that is a huge boost. A huge boost. So if we do commands, there's all these different things you can do. There's wilderness exploration, production, combat. So there's dungeons, raids, and there's also gathering. Oh, goddamn. You could gather to get rid of your hunger, except you can be ambushed doing that, so don't do it. What I would do is just go dungeon. Dungeon. Right? And your levels will unlock these different dungeons, which is just, there's so many, it's insane. But at this point, just go forget encrypt, come back in 15 minutes. Ready? We'll do that. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Because I'm an absolute moron, I accidentally muted my mic when recording this, and obviously I can't just go back and redo it. So here's my sexy voiceover. Not that it's that sexy. And yes, I know this video's been a long video. It's because there's just so much to cover when you first start this game. It's like, again, it's like Dark Souls. It takes forever. However, just following what I've shown you, which is do dungeons because it gives you free experience and free items, right? It's 15 minutes of waiting, whatever. You need food. If you need food, gather. You need equipment and experience, dungeons. Avoid raids because there's a percentage of failure, and unless you are wildborn like me and just simply want to raid people, just avoid it because the items aren't as good as they are in dungeons. You get this challenge of a roadblock boss, right? What you do from here is you click it and you can see your stats versus its stats. Its HP is almost always going to be higher than yours, but your agility stats will most likely be higher. But again, the things you want to focus on is you want your strength to be better than their defense, and your defense to be semi-close to their strength, and you want your agility higher than theirs, or else they're just going to kill you, like, instantly. And as you can see here, I obviously won. Claim spoils. XP, I got a item, which is level 11 item. It's a level 11 common. Hasn't really helped me. However, level 5. That's your first 5 levels. Easy as full HP, baby.